All right, so we're actually starting early. We are recording it, so and if anyone missed it, I will upload it on YouTube. How's it sound? Great? Okay, beautiful.
Wonderful.
All right, welcome to Con Survival. Yeah, let's do it. So the reason why we do this is because people have asked, okay, how do I attend cons or whatnot? I have a show of hands. Who has never been to a con before? Oh, we got a few. Oh, they're here. So that's your first one. So let's give those first timers a round of applause. Yay! And it doesn't matter how many cons you've gone to. This is the panel where you can sharpen your skills and be con experts. Ready? Yeah. Woo! Ready to be experts? So let me introduce myself. So I'm on your left. All right. My name is Wal Goldeen. I've been cosplaying since 2015. I've been going to conventions since 2015. Before 2015, I went to pharmacy conferences. I went to healthcare conferences, all those things, all this professional stuff. And it's been like to get away from stress and all that. And I'm also a pharmacist outside of the convention scene. And next here is my friend Justin.
Hold on, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because I got this on, I didn't want to sound muffled to you, okay? So I'm Justin, but a lot of people know me as Lionheart, a content creator on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Post a lot of reaction videos, so if you watch anime, Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, I'm your guy. And trust me, it tends to be a little bit more entertaining when you watch it. I've been doing cosplay since 2013, but I didn't really invest in it till around, what was it, like 2 years ago? When I did my first panel, I think it was? Yeah. So otherwise, this has been a good journey, and I love being here, and I love that I can be in front of you guys right now. Like, it's honestly amazing. I'm gonna pass it to my board.
Hello. My name is Nico, and my Instagram handle is Dollarunner. So I've been cosplaying since 2010, all because back in high school, I saw some cosplayers and I wanted to follow them, and so I wanted to be like them. However, I only did it for just a few years, up until I moved to New York in 2018, where I actually attended Anime NYC, which was my very first convention after moving in New York City. So I mostly do like gym workouts, so I post all my stories. I'm a storyteller, so pretty much besides my gym workouts, I mostly like do a lot of oof posting. I post like a lot of memes, but I also like post some stuff with regards to like how you guys want to be a little bit better. But other than that, I do enjoy cosplaying for the most part, and I'm so glad that I'm able to speak on my very first panel over here. So let me pass it to Nanami-sensei.
Hey everybody, my name is Josh. I've been cosplaying since 2015. My Instagram is Friendly Gamer Cosplayer with a Z. I would also have a Twitch channel as well, and I edit pictures and videos on my Photoshop. So yeah, that's what I like to do. So, and I'll be doing some interviews later for a cosplay. I'll be doing some cosplay interviews later. So let me know if you're into that.
All right, let's get started. So we asked before if it's been a first time, and if anyone's asked if we went to a convention before. Other than conventions, who has been to a gathering or an event?
Okay, good.
Yeah, great. It can be private. One time I had a cosplay meetup in a mall, and there was no convention during that weekend. We just hung out there and just cosplay, and everyone's looking at us. I know. So the first thing, if you're interested in conventions, you have to prepare for it. You have to know what conventions to go to. So what are some tips on ways on finding conventions?
Well, when you say finding conventions, like legitimate conventions, or just
Anime conventions, this convention, for example, in general, the nerd ones.
okay. Best way: search engine, Google. Don't use any other but Google. Do keywords. Like for me, I look for anything with New York City or New Jersey, anything nearby that I can do, anything that goes with my particular preferences, and then I look at all the dates and then I try to figure out which ones do I want to do the most and try to do what I can. But majority of the time, I just apply to be a panelist than I do as an attendee. But otherwise, yeah, that's how you have to look for it. And you have to do more planning. Once you actually book your tickets and you go to the convention, that's where the real work comes in.
So how do I find conventions? So I feel like it's mostly through word of mouth, regardless whether it be on Instagram or also with working or with talking with other people as to like what cons are they're going to be attending for the rest of the year or like next year. So I feel like once I hear certain conventions, I would also have to be able to see certain stories. I have to talk with other people to say, okay, how's this convention? And they'll tell me it's great, it is amazing. And for example, it was MagFest because I was brought in to go to MagFest because of this term, 24-hour arcade. And that's what I got this year, and I enjoyed it to the point where I'm like, I really want to go back there again. So other than that, it's just mostly word of mouth, talking with other people, and also like checking in on other friends to see whether or not they're interested in this convention or not.
Yeah. Most of the time when I look for conventions, I talk to my group of friends, or I look on social media. It's like Instagram, like you said. Basically, what Doll Runner said was what is the point of my answer. So yeah.
All right. The next thing we're going to talk about, you'll see it there, is money. Money, yes. We all want money. I want $1 million. Okay, Elon Musk is not your sugar daddy. I'm sorry. He's the first trillionaire, but you know, he maybe could help us. So, another question I have is, how do you save money for a convention? Oh, it's a microphone. Where did it go? Test. All right.
Oh.
I probably.
Can you
oh,
hear
here
her,
it is.
by the way?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Here.
Turn
I
it
can hear
on.
you.
Oh. All right. There we go. So, how do you save? Oh yeah. 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 I'll say, how do you save money for conventions, and how do you budget your time and money? Because there's a lot of work that goes into that.
Oh, you gave me like a hard question, like a college question right
Yes,
there.
it is.
Well, if I know what convention is going to come in, I know what kind of stuff I want, I kind of like.
You know what it is? Don't cover that sensor.
Which one?
It looks like a sensor there. Just cover from the bottom. Don't
Testing.
hit the bottom.
You hear me?
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, so you want to set up your budget. You want to know exactly what is it you use. You know, you don't want to complicate anything from what you pay for your rent, what you pay for your food. If you have any extra money on the side, or if you work some extra hours, put that set money there, and then you know exactly what you have. Like I think I remember I saved up $300 for like New York Comic Con. I got myself either Funkos or maybe comic books, anything like that when I made it to the convention, and I didn't go over.
Great.
Test 2 1 2. Test 2 1 2.
Press the button again.
Hello, hello. Test 1 2.
I left my voice.
Hello, hello. Test 1 2.
Much better.
All right, coolio. All right, so how do I budget my time and money? So I feel like I want to give myself about 6 to 12 months in order for me to prepare for any big name convention that I am interested in going to. But if it's something that's like I don't think about if I haven't like thought about this convention, I feel like 1 or 2, and possibly I can go from there. So how do I budget my money? So pretty much like I have to be very selective with which conventions are being talked about within my social media presence, and I'll go from there. And also another thing is with the traveling, with who you're going to see and all that stuff. I feel like it is very important to choose like at least like 1 or 2. It's not possible to go to every single convention. Even though, unless you feel like, okay, you have a lot of money, you have a lot of time, you feel like you got influence, I feel like it really, you have to be very selective. Pick at least 1 or 2 conventions that you feel is possible that you can save up for, and go from there.
Okay. For me, I would definitely try I would definitely try to save money for conventions as well. It's important to look at your bank accounts, because looking at your bank accounts to see how much money you have, so you can save the money for which convention you want to go to. And also, you don't want to tire yourself out, so try not to go to too many if you don't feel like it. So for me, like this year, this summer I was only supposed to go to 3. So because I'm planning my trip to go to Japan next year, so I really gotta save my money to go on my trip.
I forgot to add one more thing. So if you're a part-timer, try to pick up as many shifts if you can, if the opportunity is given to you. That's all.
All right, so the next thing I want to bring up is, who uses credit cards? I use credit cards. So the reason why I ask this is, are credit cards actual money?
No. Easy answer. No.
It's a no. It's just money that you have to pay back. All right. When you use credit cards, pay the full balance. What's going to happen when you don't pay the full balance and you just pay the minimum monthly payment? The bank will steal from you. Yeah, as an interest in your money. That's what it is.
We don't want that.
No, we don't want that. So I just want to add that. I just want to bring that up. Cash is not always king, by the way, because once you lose the cash, it can't be tracked. Now, if it's a credit card, you can track that. If it's a debit card, a little harder, but you can track that. I want to show you something. Who can relate?
Unfortunately,
Nice segue. So, who's guilty? A couple of cons for me, all right?
Let's not forget, there's also those videos where they always say, how much you think you're going to spend at this convention? They say, oh, we're going to spend this, and they end up going way above the price.
Oh, I've seen it somewhere.
yes.
Sometimes if I want to haggle, I ask this very important question. Deal or no deal? You know where I got that from, right? So I'm just going to go over very quickly. When you're going to budget, you want to focus on the fixed first because that's more predictable. If you start at the variable, how are you going to have room for the fixed? Basically it, all right? And those are just some of the examples that is included when you're trying to budget. Just for a little bit, that's actually one of my budgets. I did not go over budget, thankfully, but that's just an example of how to budget. You don't have to be extra. You don't have to use an app. You can just use a pen and paper. You can use your notes app on your phone. That's it. You just have to monitor.
Calculate your pay stubs that you get every week. And
Definitely. Calculate your pay stubs. All right. We have a backpack. All right. Okay, friends. What do you want to put in the backpack other than the deodorant, which I actually have in my bag?
That right there, you gotta have fans.
Yeah.
You should also have like some kind of snacks. You want to have some water because maybe not all conventions can provide water or food. And and I'll say this respectfully, conventions can overprice on food and drinks. So if you're trying to save money, try to have something on you that's going to help you get through the day. Like me, I'll take a Granny Smith apple with some almonds and maybe some sugar-free wafers. I can go through the day just with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go
Let
ahead.
me just like do a review of what's inside my small pouch. So besides this,
Really?
my phone, of course I have AirPods because I want to be very considerate of my surroundings. And I also want to like listen to my own music. Some things that like I want to listen to. And of course I have my wallet, of course. And the most important thing, especially when you're traveling, you always want to make sure that you have your house keys. Because if you leave your house keys and you go home, how are you actually going to go back inside? And I also have a charger for this thing right over here, and also for this thing as well. Because I feel like I'm going to be using this thing a lot.
Yeah, you gotta have the wireless charger with you.
Yes. Definitely bring if you have portable chargers, I just would say bring them because sometimes there's no outlets at conventions, so you want to charge your phone without having to plug it in. So it's very important to have those. Also, I recommend you charging your phone the night before the convention, so that way your phone is fully charged. And always put it on save battery mode.
Low battery. Yes,
Low
that's
battery,
correct.
yeah.
Oh, also I want to add, bring extra clothes, because imagine you feel uncomfortable wearing your cosplay for a very long time, and so like before you go home, you want to make sure that you get really comfy. Bring some extra clothes.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Here it is. Yep. I have it because, yep, that's right. Also, water. I know it looks all orange juice, but it's mostly water.
Yeah, bring
I
your
promise.
water bottles, really important.
See, I got another one right here. All right, it's summertime. You gotta be prepared. We don't want you to pass out. I also tell the cons to always provide water. There's actually water in the back as well.
Yeah.
All right, so you can fill your water bottles. Sometimes I drink 3 liters a day. It's a lot.
Damn.
Yeah. All right. Was there a time when you left something? Something important?
I think so, yeah.
What comes to mind?
Charging,
Oh yeah. I left my tripod once. Now I got it this time. Oh, yep, that's right. And Mickey?
Somewhat related. This is, I kind of left my water bottle at my work, but luckily, even though there's plenty of water stations at the Gaylord, the only thing that I can do is just like grab like some of their small disposable cups, and always like try to keep it around me just in case I want to drink more.
I mean, sometimes I forget my water bottles or my hotel keys. Sometimes you gotta make sure you have your hotel keys. You don't want to get locked out of the room, so you definitely gotta have your hotel keys when you stay at hotels for a convention.
All right, that's the checklist. There are other stuff as well. I highlighted deodorant. Also medications, if anyone takes medications. Like myself, I take medications. For those who have diabetes, all right, always have a snack with you, just in case. And if you're carrying, especially if you're carrying insulin, if you're any of those type 1 diabetics, all right, I'm telling you this as a pharmacist. Battery packs we went over. Emergency contact info is very important as well. Now, for documents, it's better to have a physical. Most of the time, we do electronic. So when it comes to pick up the badges, sometimes they just scan the QR code. Sometimes they'll have the badges delivered. And when they deliver it very early, keep it in a safe place. I actually lost mine once. Yeah. Let's travel. Who likes to travel? I do too. All right, so getting to a con, there are many ways to travel. So we got here through train, New Jersey Transit. All right, and I was the one who did the guide for TineeCon for the transit. I did the transit guide, and New Jersey Transit needs to get its act together. All right, so what are some ways to get there, and how are some ways to book it?
Well, what do you mean by that?
Wait, so when you're doing travel, how do you plan for taking the trains? Whether it's going to be, flying, whether it's going to be taking Amtrak.
Well, I mean, it depends which convention you're going at, what state. Like, I remember I went to TineeCon 2023, 2024. Looked at the plane. I had to think about what time the hotel's going to allow people to go in. Then I had to pick a plane that lands around that time. So I don't waste too much time waiting.
Yeah.
So there's those kinds of things like that.
Remember what happened at TSA earlier this year? So now it's going to be about 3 hours or so. But you always have to check on the website how long the wait times are. I had to give myself 3 to 4 hours when I was in New Orleans. The lines were crazy. Anyway, so Nikki.
Okay, so pretty much like I was telling my fellow co-panelists about this. They told me to like meet at this specific location, and I arrived there super early.
Yeah.
So I feel like the most important thing is to like arrive super early to where you are going to be traveling, so that you can give yourself enough time to calculate how long will it take before you can go from point A to point B. And also, like, you also want to know which form of transportation that you're going to be taking, regardless whether it be by a car or with public transit. But for me, it's mostly public transit.
And if you're in New York City and it's a weekend, there's a long gap, so you have to
So for traveling, it's good to have people to travel with, especially if you don't know your way around the area. Usually I travel with my friends because I don't know like the train schedule. Sometimes you need help, so I have a train expert right here. So I always count on him to help me out. Another thing is you also need a meeting point to meet with people if you want to travel as well. And also, if you know somebody that lives close to the convention, you could always ask them if you could come over to their house and stay over for a night and then come. So if you have connections, use them.
Thank you for the segue. We're gonna get into the rooming part. Now, if you don't have to worry about hotel rooms and you stay with a friend or with relatives, you save a lot of money that way. But what if you have to get a hotel or an Airbnb? How does it go? Yeah. That's another segment right there.
It is, yeah. I mean, you gotta make sure you got the days available. You want to get the room that you want, because sometimes they'll either give you a 2-bedroom or they give you a 1-bedroom. And you gotta look at the price difference, and then you also gotta think about what time you have to get out.
Yeah. What about the roommates?
That's if you do, though.
Right. So that's another story when you're trying to get roommates in.
Okay, so I feel like
saying something. Sorry.
You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna get a roommate, make sure that he pays you in advance so that you guys don't have any complication. Because if you don't, and then you keep asking questions when you're gonna get the money, most likely you're probably not gonna get it. And that person is on the line.
That's what happened to me 2 years ago at CPAC. All right, someone did not pay in full. All right, because he got fired or whatnot. That's not an excuse. Anyway, go ahead.
okay, so I feel like big name conventions do have these annoying hotel blocks. So pretty much like they are going to tell you you have to be in line, virtual line on this specific date and time and play the waiting game from there. Honestly though, like if you're going to book a hotel, that's probably the only way that you're ever going to secure a hotel room near the convention center. It's really annoying because it is a lottery process that you have to do. With regards to roommates, like whether it would be you or somebody that you know that has won the lottery for the hotel, I feel like they can be able to bring you in. But again, it's all about the trust within each other, within the party.
Is that making millions?
Because I feel like
No, sorry.
I feel like you will be meeting some new people. So pretty much like even though they seem friendly, but then again, like it's all about the trust, regardless whether or not they can be able to be considerate or respectful of your things or not.
Sounds like something else, right?
So last Otakon, I actually hosted a room by myself, and I had my friends with me, and it was very stressful, I have to say, really stressful. So to prepare for this, I think you need to communicate with the people you're rooming with, and make sure they know what's going on, they know how much to pay, how much everything is, and also just try not to stress yourself out if you're hosting a room. It's not easy, trust me.
You don't have to go it alone, all right? That's why we have friends. I was there to help them. All right, we talked about mode of transportation. I'll go over it real quickly. Who's heard of TSA pre-check? $85 every 5 years. I know, it's a lot, all right? So that will get you to cut the lines. During the time when TSA was not getting funded, TSA pre-check was a joke, all right? So you still had to arrive 3 to 4 hours early or more. Who's heard of global entry? It's $120 every 4 years. That includes TSA pre-check. So please do not make that. Do not buy both. You'll be throwing away money to the government or something like that, to their relief fund. Just kidding. Okay. And Clear Plus, that's another thing to cut the lines. That's another $209 a year. My recommendation, if you're going to travel internationally, get the global entry. At least you get the full package. All right, so that's it. And also, who uses Google Maps? I think most of us do, or Apple Maps.
Google Maps.
Okay, so don't put all your eggs in one basket. All right, Google Maps is not perfect. This is what Google Maps did. All right, so I was looking for a hotel that's in Fort Lee. Where's the entrance? You actually had to go down a hill and go over a fence to even get to it. Yeah. So when you're booking,
Wait, that's really real? Oh, it's real.
well, they got rid of it. Yeah. I got something better, I think. Oh, wait, I don't have it here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Okay.
I know.
Anyway, we wanted to. So you arrived at the con. We're just gonna make this quick. So after registering, what do we prioritize? A few seconds.
Yes, booking the panels, booking, knowing where we're gonna go, depending on our passport.
The merch.
Yeah.
You want to go to the art. A lot of people want to go to Artist Alley or Dealer's Room for limited edition items, assuming you have it in your budget. And exhibitors. And go ahead.
Okay, I just don't want to roam around, that's all.
I like to walk around before I buy anything. That's what I like to do for dealers rooms.
Autographs for me too.
And autographs too.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely go for autographs.
People.
Also, when it comes to scheduling, a lot of cons will have their own apps. This con actually has a schedule on the website. Those are the many things that you can find in cons. And I'm not going to go too much into detail with it, but the main thing is to have fun and to keep your schedule realistic and don't burn yourself out. Wear comfortable shoes and of course keep track of your time and money. There is a quiet safe space in this floor. You'll see it there. And take a step back and breathe. Oh, let's talk about this Muppet over here. Oh.
Yes, I see that too much often in New York conventions.
Yeah. Yes. All right, let's make this quick. Tips on convention etiquette.
If someone's eating, let's say I'm eating, I do not want somebody to come up to me asking me for a photo. Like, you have to leave the right time if I'm walking around or something like that.
Yeah.
Another one is don't do what that puppet did. Okay. You have to ask permission. I had one experience where I was in Anime Boston, some person who was shopping just came out of nowhere and went, hey, chick, selfie, boom, just like that. That's disrespectful. Right?
Alright, for me, you have to be very careful with what you say in person and even on social media.
Make sure you ask people before taking a picture or talking to them. Make sure they're not busy. So just do that, please. Do not approach somebody if you see they're on their phone and they have their headphones on. Don't approach them because they could be busy or doing something else.
Be considerate.
Be considerate.
Very important.
Yes.
And that's basically what we talked about. Keep your hands to yourself. Be polite. Do not block moving traffic, please. Okay, don't do photo shoots in the hallways. Be alert and be aware of your surroundings. And when it comes to boundaries, if you don't feel comfortable, what do you say?
No.
No. All right.
N-O.
Please, no. And social media, just to go very quickly, you have to be responsible with social media. Be careful with what you post and what you say. All right. We're at the end. So, how do we deal with this? With the post-con tips?
Oh, yeah.
Just quick.
That'll just take a lot of Dayquil and NyQuil afterward.
A pharmacist here, you want to be careful when taking Dayquil and NyQuil, but that's your go-to depending on the symptoms.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of rest, a lot of fluids.
Yeah, you have it.
All right, and always look forward for something positive, and look back at the happy moments you had with the comments.
Take it all in.
Memories are important.
Yeah.
Take it all in.
That's my whole list, which I won't go too crazy into it, but it will be on YouTube. Don't worry. All right. I think we're gonna skip this one. We're actually gonna go straight to Q&A.
Yeah, we got like 5 minutes, so if anyone has any questions
Yes.
they want to ask us directly, please by all means do so. Anyone have questions?
Yes, you.
Yes.
Yes.
I have a question. When it comes to like meeting guests, like let's say you have a friend who was willing to split the price of that you're doing it together. That counts as saving money, right?
Meeting guests, though, that's what
Or
you
meeting
split it.
guests.
Split it. It's not.
Well,
Is he saving
for
money?
photography or for autographs?
Like autographs, selfies, stuff like that. Like
So it really depends on how the agent wants to do it with the guest. I know for some guests, well, you can split the cost for the picture, but that's only for the picture. For autographs, you know, we can't split because usually the autographs would be for each individual. So that really varies among different guests.
Really quick, they're asking if you save money, that's what.
But you can do save money. You can save money if you, particularly for the part where you take the selfies with the guests.
Okay, do we have anybody else who wants to ask anything?
Any other questions?
Yes, Reptile.
Yeah, okay, I know it might be a dumbass question, but
No
No.
question is no.
Yeah.
No questions
is
stupid.
no.
No.
Go for it.
Bring it.
Go for it.
let's say the cosplayers that no longer interact with social because they cut you off of social media, and when you see them, how y'all go about if y'all see them, do y'all avoid the person or something to say or it all depends?
Are you saying that if you had a discrepancy with somebody, but you happen to be in the same convention, how do you handle that? Is that what you're asking?
I mean, if they cut you off on social media or whatever case, and y'all see them in person and stuff, how y'all go about it?
You don't do anything about it. You go about your business because the thing is, if you're at a convention, you want to be able to enjoy it. If you let this person affect you, then it affects your ability, and you're wasting all this money and all this effort for absolutely nothing to give this person power. Just ignore it. Go about your business. That's them. They're the past. You're in the present to enjoy your future. Okay?
So in other words, keep it moving.
Yes,
Keep it moving.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Any other questions?
Could be anything at all.
Yes. Anyone else?
Well, almost anything because I'm a pharmacist. I do the money.
Yes,
yes,
Okay,
yes,
go ahead.
Terry.
Yes, Terry.
Terry.
Yes, Terry.
Are you okay?
Yes.
We're good.
We're
We're
good.
fine.
Very good question though.
Yeah.
And they never hurts to check up on your friends and all that. Because something as simple as that, they'll remember that for the rest of their lives.
Yes.
All right.
I have
Very
a
important.
I have a
Thank you.
crazy question to ask. What is love?
No more.
From a black eyed
The
peas.
real question
Oh.
Where's
stands,
the love?
does it need more cowbell?
I got
You
a
stumped me.
favor.
All right. And all joking aside, any other questions?
Okay. Guess we can conclude there.
All right, we can conclude. Thank you.
Another question? Yes.
Okay, let's say if you see a cosplayer get harassed and bullied, how you go about it? Do y'all interview or you let the staff know?
If you, I'm sorry, you said.
Sorry, what you said?
If you see a cosplayer getting bullied or harassed by another person or a cosplayer,
Report it to,
Yeah.
to security, to staff right away.
Yes.
question,
Gotta report it.
sometimes do you ever like intervene?
I mean, it's at your own risk. That's a tough call.
I mean, I've never actually encountered one person, but like socially, I kind of help out to make the person feel better,
Yeah.
but I've never actually seen it go on that level.
As in terms of like when someone is like getting physical and you had to break it up. That I haven't.
I've never been in that situation, but I know I don't want anybody to get hurt, so I kind of want to separate the escalator. That's
Yeah, exactly. That's why you want to rely on authority, like the staff or authorities, preferably security and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes when a fight break out, most likely they're gonna get kicked out and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
you
probably
Who throws the first punch?
that's the thing. You want to get the security or authorities first.
Yes.
Because if you're into the fray, then they're gonna see you as being part of it, even though
Yeah.
you're not.
Or if somebody like try to harass you and stuff or bully you, how you go about it?
Oh, so
See someone getting bullied?
yes, what would you do
Then,
about it?
like, yeah,
You are.
oh, you are getting bullied. You gotta tell somebody. You gotta tell staff, tell somebody to help you out. Don't just stand there doing nothing. Don't be getting blamed. You gotta do something about it. You gotta,
Sometimes you got some of the companies that take matters to their own hands.
yeah. But
Which I know that's not really a good idea.
Yeah.
well, you could yell out and say help me or whatever. You know, you could say help. You know, they could help you.
Yeah, or
Anyway, we want to say thank you very much for attending the
Thank
panel.
you so much for attending the panel.
And a round of applause to their two. Their
First
first panels.
First panel.
Let's do a selfie. Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna go selfie, guys.
Yes.
Let's first, let's take a selfie.
Is it okay? Oh yeah, sure.
Me and Bruce.
I'm actually gonna be like
I've
right over
seen
here.